North Carolina.
Losing some money.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you know what else is unfortunate?
The law itself that we're going to talk about. So
sports.
This week in sports, a little controversy in North Carolina. Obviously, we've talked about it on our podcast, and it's been in some limelight that the NBA moved their All-Star game because of the HB2 rule. And if you don't remember what that is, it's pretty much go to the bathroom that's on your birth certificate and just deal with what
the consequences.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a lot of obvious uproar in the LGBTQ community just talking about, obviously, it's not right that you have to choose. They were obviously very upset and want the legislation to change. And a lot of people would wonder what would happen as far as major events. Well, All-Star Game has moved to New Orleans, and now the ACC and NCAA have kind of spoken on. They're taking 7 championship games away. The major ones, including Division I golf and soccer.
For women, right?
Yeah, for women.
Yep.
And then the first round and the second round of the NCAA Division men's basketball, which obviously March Madness, it's a lot of money. It's projected anywhere, there's been a lot of estimates coming out of how much all this is going to be worth, anywhere from like $17 to $30 million, whatever in that where it would fall. And obviously that's all up to who's playing, who would come and see them, blah, blah, blah. But you're seeing major, games. Obviously the All-Star Game, possibly the ACC football championship. They're in an agreement with Panthers Stadium. I think it's the Bank of America Stadium.
Yeah.
But they have to have a written agreement to cancel that game. So that's all craziness too.
Yeah,
that's going on right now.
Yeah, they get it done.
So what do you think of the NBA and obviously now all these games from different sports even moving? Plus, do you think this will actually in the long term make any impact?
We're going to bring another clap in. We had the golf clap to end the last segment. Slow clap. We give you the slow clap.
North Carolina.
NBA
and everything.
And every
Everything
sports organization that is getting out of North Carolina for that reason.
Right.
I think that's pretty powerful. And we talked about the idea that there's people who are in power who are taking their millions of dollars and using it for good, for what they see to be good, anyways.
Right, exactly.
And the fact that you have a legislature that is so non-progressive is a word that I'll use nicely for it.
Especially in that area of the country.
Yeah. It's a point of discrimination.
Right.
And so forget that, and as teams and people who have gone through that, especially most of these sports teams being African-American players, you have the point that I don't want to play there. And what's great about it is it's not the players per se. Like, it's not a Colin Kaepernick aspect thing going on here. It's the people up top who are saying you have who are completely and utterly representing the small community of LGBTQ. And I think that's awesome. I think that's great. And there's a lot to be said too. There was a video that we'll post up with the Greensboro Democratic
Mayor of Greensboro.
Yeah, the mayor is what she was. And she ended up was suggesting that there are also 51, not just these 7 championships we're talking about, they have 51 bids in that state for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And so that is going to lose them a good amount of money. You're talking about 17 to 30 now for just 7 of them. You drop 6 times as much.
Yeah.
Well, hey, there's going to be a lot of money lost.
Right.
And it's again, an unfortunate situation for the state and that they're going to lose that money, but it's also unfortunate that you had a legislature that was almost unanimously voted in for such, again, a kind of just a non-progressive way of thinking. We're all adults. And even if we're not adults, we're all people. We can coexist, and I don't think a bathroom is a place to necessarily have to draw that line.
It's not like I'm in there to get into people's business anyways. I just want to get in and get out.
Oh, you don't go into the stall and have conversations with the person next to you?
Very rarely.
Oh, sometimes I just strike up conversation.
No.
No, that's rare. No one does that. That's weird.